Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Schluntz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'm here to bring you some high school boys basketball action between the visiting Wellesley High Raiders and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. This game, the first game of 2022 without attendance restrictions. Brookline had their first home game in almost 2 years earlier this year against Catholic Memorial, but then after that, after the holiday break, attendance restrictions were put in place. You could only have like 2 parents per player show up to each game in live attendance. But today, you can't really see it from my angle, but if you look just a little bit over like here, the Brookline student section is packed. And they are going to be witnessing a very highly motivated Brookline squad getting ready, as we've got about 2.5 minutes on the pregame clock. Brookline coming off of back-to-back losses. They've only lost 3 games all year, but they just lost 2 in a row. A tough upset loss to Framingham on the road last week. And then yesterday afternoon, for those of you who watched the stream, a really brutal loss to rival Newton North in a battle of 2 highly ranked teams. The new Boston Globe rankings came out today, and the Warriors dropped from 7th to 11th in those rankings. So you know they're playing motivated. You know they're going to be playing hard. It is Brookline against Wellesley. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to bring you this live action. 1 second, folks.
What? Do you know where I can get one of the rosters?
It should be down there. Bottom step. We got a little over a minute left on the pregame clock. Apologies in advance if the camera ends up shaking a little bit. Not much I can do about the stands shaking. I tried to get to the one that I thought would be the least problematic in that sense. But here's hoping everything stays good. I see folks are already making use of the like button and the live chat, and I love to see it. From Claudio Doggo, W Stream, from Yuli Burstein, best announcer in state, and from Matin, Nick Taj, Jesse, I'll be seeing you. Thank you so much, guys. You know I always love the support. Oh. Yeah, see if you can read it real quick. Or like take a pic with your phone or something. All right, as we got about 30 seconds left on the pregame clock, we will soon get starting lineups, the national anthem, and then the opening tip-off. And of course, for Brookline, we were likely to see a more typical starting lineup as opposed to yesterday. Yesterday, Andrew Alexienko had to sit out the first half after being given a technical and fouling out of the Framingham game the previous week. He's slated to play the whole game today, and that, if you don't think that's a difference maker, you haven't been watching Brookline basketball.
For tonight's Bay State Conference men's basketball matchup between the visiting Wellesley Raiders and your Brookline Warriors. Participating student-athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon a school
And now here come the starting lineups. First for the visiting Wellesley Raiders. First off, a sophomore guard, number 2, Brady Stevens. Then a senior forward and co-captain, number 4, Andrew Harding. A junior captain and guard, number 11, Isaac Chu. A sophomore, number 12, Ben Polly. And then a senior co-captain, number 23, Lewis Fay. And now here comes the Brookline starting lineup. And there's the name everyone wanted to hear. Number 1, Andrew Alexienko, back for the full game this game. Next up in the starting lineup, number 15, Mikhail Hayes. Next up, number 33, Jack Stanton. The senior co-captain, number 10, Zach Solom. And then lastly, a senior co-captain, number 25, Devani Perez. And now here comes the national anthem. And there was the national anthem, and we are now about ready to get underway. For Brookline, the starting lineup, Andrew Alexienko, Mikhail Hayes, Jack Stanton, Zach Solom, and Devani Perez. For Wellesley, Brady Stevens, Andrew Harding, Isaac Chu, Ben Polly, and Lewis Fay. The opening tip looks slated to be Alexienko versus Stevens. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to bring you live coverage of this high school boys basketball contest. There's the opening tip, and it's won by Brookline. Devani Perez bringing it up for the Warriors for the game's first possession. Perez just decides to drive in, a quick pass, but right through the hands of Stanton. A nice idea. Stanton just needed to be a little more ready for a laser pass like that. Isaac Chu, number 11, bringing it up for the Raiders. Chu swings a pass over to the corner. This is number 12, Ben Pauley. He sends it up top to Andrew Harding. Harding gives the pass over to Lewis Fay, number 23. Now up top to Chu. Chu driving in, and he hits the layup. Wellesley takes the first points of the game. They go up 2-0. And we've got an early whistle here. Brief stoppage in play for a reason that I can only describe as because. Whatever that was, we're back in action, inbound to Hayes. Hayes stops, looking around, passes over to Solom. Solom dribbles towards the middle, pass to Perez. Perez steps in, steps back out, now steps back in, spins, loses the ball, but it goes right into the hands of Stanton. Stanton floats it down for Perez, collides with the rim. Perez saves it in bounds, but it goes right to Harding, and now Harding is fouled on the loose ball by Stanton. So Brookline coming out a little sloppy to start. A couple of tough turnovers, and they have yet to attempt their first shot. 2-0 Wellesley leads. This is Chu dribbling with it, sending it up top to Harding. Swings it over to Stevens, now to Pauley. Pauley trapped, somehow gets out, passes to Chu in the corner. Chu dribbles in, goes for the jumper, no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Perez dribbling. Rifles a pass to Hayes. Hayes barely keeps it in bounds, throws to Solom. Solom stops and throws it up top to Perez as Brookline resets. Over to Stanton on the wing, and we've now got an off-ball foul that I think is going to be called against Wellesley's Lewis Fay, number 23. And we hear the first "You Can't Do That" chant from the Brookline student section. Again, certainly happy to be back in the stands for the first time this year, this calendar year. Floater by Devani Perez gets Brookline on the board, and we're all knotted up at 2. Inbound for Wellesley. It has to be rifled into Harding and then given right back to Chu. Chu passes to Harding across half court. Harding swings it over to Pauley, but it's stolen by Hayes. Hayes taking off, going up, no good. Put back is good. Andrew Alexienko. 4-2. Oh, the score is 4-4. I think I missed one as Fay hits a jumper. Nope, now it's 4-4. The scoreboard was just being psychic. 4-4 is the score after that jumper by Lewis Fay. Pass from Hayes over to Alexienko. Alexienko gives it up top to Stanton. Now swings it over to Solom. Solom around the pick, steps back, decides against the shot, throws it down low to Stanton. Stanton going in, going up, no good, but draws the foul. Brookline able to get some good looks down low. They're just having a little trouble burying those shots, but in this particular instance, the foul is drawn by either Stevens or Fay, I'm not sure. Either way, that's the second team foul for Wellesley, even though the scoreboard says 1, as Stanton front rims the first free throw. 4-4 is the score, 5:35 on the clock for the first quarter, and indeed that foul was called against Brady Stevens. That's his first, team's second. As they confer with the scorers table, I guess, to make sure everything's on the up and up. As we have this now a discussion between the official and Brookline coach Courtney Valentine. Some weird early pauses in this one. As now Stanton gets ready for free throw number 2. Second one off the mark. Stanton goes 0 for 2. Rebound is collected and stolen by Solom. Solom passes back to Perez. Perez pass deflected but goes right to Solom. Zach Solom with the steal. Now he drives in, kicks it out to Alexienko. Alexienko starts dribbling in, spins, awkward layup, and banks it. Awkward angle? What's that? Andrew Alexienko sure doesn't know. He gives Brookline a 6-4 lead. He's got 4 points already. Chu dribbling up top for the Raiders. Still dribbling. And decides to give it over to Stevens. Stevens aims at a cutting Fay, but it's deflected and intercepted by Solom. He gives to Perez. Perez runs the floor, steps back, hands off to Solom. Solom steps in, throws it out to Perez. Perez steps back. 3, no good. Rebound is deflected and ultimately collected by Stevens. Stevens running the floor, drives in, awkward floater, rim rolls right out. Loose ball on the rebound, hard collision, and that's going to be a foul against Mikhail Hayes. That was a traffic collision between Hayes and number 5, Tate Banish. As Banish inbounds to Chu. 6-4 the Brookline lead right now in the first quarter. Lewis Fay swings over to Harding, now over to Chu. Chu to a cutting Fay. Fay an awkward shot, no good, well contested by Alexienko. And the ball was last touched by Wellesley. And we got the I believe that we will win chant now coming from the student section. Again, get used to those kinds of noises as this is the first game of 2022 with a full crowd allowed. Hayes bringing up the ball. Just over 4 minutes left in the quarter. Solom for a quick 3, no good. Rebound is ultimately collected by Wellesley by Andrew Harding. Harding passes over to Fay. Fay looking around. He decides to pass for Harding. Now over to Banish. Banish up top to Stevens. Stevens drives in, kicks it out to Banish. A 3, no good. Rebound collected by Alexienko. Handoff now to Hayes. Hayes bringing it up. Starts to drive. Spins. Loses the ball. Recollects it. Kicks it out to Alexienko for a 3. No good. And an over-the-back foul on Stanton. Shots not falling for Brookline early. That's tough because they're not necessarily getting bad looks. They're creating opportunities. The shots just are not falling early as they still hold a narrow lead. Checking in for the first time for Brookline, I should say, is number 34, Obi Ukamadu, after Stanton commits his 3rd foul of the first quarter. Stevens with the ball, gives it over to number 55, Oliver Graber. Now handed off to Pauly, now sent to the corner to Stevens. 3 is no good, rebound by Perez. Perez running with it. Drives in, loses the ball, recovers it. Weird turnaround, no good on the rim roll. Rebound by Banish. Pass, deflected and stolen by Alexienko. Alexienko pulls up for the jumper, no good. Rebound collected by Chu. Chu now getting trapped, and he's pushed over, and that's going to be a foul on Solom. 2:55 left in the first quarter. Both teams having a hard time scoring in this one. Looks aren't falling early. And wait a second. No, that's not a foul. They're just going to say it's a turnover. The Wellesley coach is livid about this. Floated into Alexienko, and he gets smothered, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds, stays with Brookline. Inbound to Ukamadu instead. Jumper, no good. And rebound is collected by Graber. Pass now over to Pauly. Pauly dribbling towards the corner, trying to escape the trap. He can't! It's poked loose and recovered by Alexienko. Couple quick passes. It ends up with Hayes. Hayes kicks it out to Solom. Solom runs in. Layup is blocked. And ultimately the rebound is collected by Graber. Pass to Chu. Now over to Stevens. Now to the corner to Pauly. Back out to Stevens. Stevens for 3. In and out. No good. Rebound by Alexienko. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's still 6-4 Brookline. Perez with the ball, sends it to Ukamadu. Ukamadu dribbles in, kicks it out to Perez. Perez now throws it down low to Solom, kicks it out to Ukamadu, tries to pass to Hayes, saved back right to the hands of Ukamadu. His pass is deflected and stolen by Banish. Now Banish gets a pass away to Pauly. Pauly running, throws it to Stevens. Stevens running the baseline, kicks it out to Chu. Chu for three, in! Our first bucket in a while gives Wellesley the 7-6 lead, and Brookline is going to call timeout. Or no, Wellesley calls the timeout. Looking at the early stat sheets, Andrew Alexienko packing the sheet here in the first quarter. 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. The only other 2 points coming from Devani Perez. Isaac Chu leading the way for Wellesley with 5 points, with the other 2 coming from Lewis Fay. Not a lot of scoring early in this one, but certainly a lot of hard-fought rebounds and turnovers. I love the little conversation going on in the live chat between David Soberg, Yuli Burstein, and Theo Murray, talking about the team rule that if you get a technical, you don't play the first half. Yuli coming out with a trust the process, and David Soberg seems to have dubbed him Brookline's Joel Embiid. Works for me. And Theo says, pipe down, Yuli, you're not on the payroll. Well, I mean, technically I'm on the payroll. Do I get to talk? I certainly hope so. That's I feel like that's half my job here. Coming out of the timeout, enough of the silliness, we're back to basketball. 7-6, Wellesley leads, 1:45 left in the first quarter. They take the lead off the 3 from Chu. Hayes gives it over to Perez. Perez throws it over to a cutting Jaden Mazzara, seeing the floor for the first time. He gives it back to Perez. Perez pulls up for a long 2. No good. Rebound collected by Banish. Pass to Chu. Chu running with it, kicks it out. Now swung over to, my mistake, not Banish, Brady Stevens as he runs in, misses the shot. Rebound collected by Taj Horowitz, who is also checked in. Pass to an open Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, sends it out to Perez. Perez over to Hayes. Hayes down low to Alexienko. He collects it, puts up the shot, and no good. And a foul called, they're going to say, before the shot. So Brookline is just going to get the inbound. So that is Wellesley's 3rd foul of the half, and first against number 55, Oliver Graber. Inbound goes to Perez. He fights off the defender, goes for the bank shot, no good. Rebound collected by Graber, thrown to Stevens. Stevens going for the lay-in, and he hits it. 9-6 as Brookline quickly trying to get back on offense. Hayes starts to dribble in, spins, hits traffic. Ball is ripped away from him by Fay. Fay with the steal and the assist to Stevens as he buries the layup in transition. A quick 4-0 run out of the timeout gives Wellesley an 11-6 lead. Just over 30 seconds left in the quarter. Perez passes over to Mazzara. Mazzara holding it. Pass to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbling. Kicks it out to Perez. Over to Mazzara. Mazzara from the corner. Oh, way off the backboard. As there's now a scrum for the rebound, and they're going to call jump ball. "17 seconds on the clock. The possession arrow, I believe, points to Brookline. So the Warriors will get the ball as checking in for Brookline, or no, Wellesley gets the ball as they had the possession arrow, as Brookline sends in 2 subs, Sean Ebanks and Jake Edwards, replacing Devani Perez and I think Mikhail Hayes. Inbound goes to Pauly. Pauly dribbling. He's got seconds left in the quarter. Coming around a pick, gets defended, drives in, kicks it out. Stevens for three, off the front rim, no good. Out of bounds it goes, 2 seconds left, and Brookline gets the ball. So they get a chance to try and inbound for one last shot, as Wellesley sends in number 34, Jack Beggins. Inbound to Edwards, back to Mazzara. Mazzara heaves. Oh! Jaden Mazzara ends the quarter with a bang. Brookline certainly needed that shot at the end of a tough first quarter, as they will go into the break trailing Wellesley 11-9. As we break between quarters, I am happy to say that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, New England's largest retailer of used musical equipment. Located on Route 9 in Natick, Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products and the fair prices it offers to its customers, whether they're buying, selling, or trading in their used gear. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located on Route 9 in Natick, or go online at mgrboston.com to find out more. Once again, that's mgrboston.com. Stop by, have some fun, and be sure to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. So, Jaden Mazzara gives us a highlight-worthy play to end the first quarter, but Brookline still got to be hoping for more. Looking at the stats after the first quarter, scoring leader for Wellesley is still Isaac Chu with 5, Brady Stevens with 4, and Lewis Fay with 2. For Brookline, 4 from Andrew Alexienko, that last 3 from Jaden Mazzara, and then 2 from Devani Perez. We'll see if either team can get more players involved on that box score after a relatively low-scoring first quarter. Perez bringing it up to start the second. Pass over to Solom. Solom dribbling up top, looking around, still looking. Finally, pass is broken up, but recovered by Hayes. Now Hayes dribbling and looking around. He starts to drive, tries to pass for a cutting Taj Horowitz, but it hits a player's foot, and so the kickball will give it back to Brookline. Horowitz looking for the inbound, throws it out to the corner to Hayes. Hayes now throws it out to Solom, up top to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbles in, passes out to Horowitz. They've got to watch that shot clock. Long pass to Solom. Solom turning around after hitting traffic. They've got no time. Horowitz fires. No good. Shot clock violation. Well, that is certainly not how you want to start with your first possession of the second quarter, as now Wellesley takes over following the turnover. Isaac Chu dribbling with it, spins, now kicks it outside to Lewis Fay. Fay sends it up top to Tate Banish. Banish throws it down low to Chu. Isaac Chu throws it down low to Andrew Harding. Harding kicks it out to the corner. Fay with it, sends it out to the wing to Banish, up top to Chu. Chu spinning to the hoop, loses the ball, and it's picked up by Solom. Solom passes ahead to Hayes. Hayes runs with it, throws a shot, and does draw the foul. Smart move throwing up the ball, as it looks like he's going to go to the line for 2. That's going to be first foul against Tate Banish, 4th for Wellesley in this half. Hayes at the line with 2 shots and a chance to tie. First one is good. Hayes with his first point of the game. Second free throw is also good. Hayes ties it up, going 2 for 2 at the line. Just before checking out, for the hero of the end of that first quarter, Jaden Mazzara. Stevens looking for an inbound option, finally gets it to Pauly. Pauly dribbling across half court against Horowitz. He gets around him, kicks it out to the corner to Stevens. Stevens now throws a long one over to Banish, back to Stevens up top. Stevens dribbles in, looking for the shot. How did he get that one in? But he does. 13-11, Brookline running fast. Solom to the hoop, he hits it and ties it immediately. Zach Solom, his first bucket of the day. Lewis Fay off the inbound, brings it across half court. We're all tied at 13. Pauly passes over to Harding, now over to Stevens. Stevens up top to Fay. Fay starts to step in, kicks it out to Stevens. Stevens gives it to Banish. Banish across to Fay. Fay steps back, decides against the shot, gives it to Banish, now gives it to an open Harding, but he juggled it. Harding now going to the hoop, blocked by Alex Sayenko, rebound collected by Solom, and now Perez running the floor. Perez passes over to Mazzara in the corner, up top to Solom. Solom drives in, he's got a clear path, and he's got the layup. The crowd loving that as he takes a man's shoes off with that one. And now we got a foul called against Horowitz for too aggressive on the on-ball defense. That'll be Horowitz's first foul, team's fourth, as Isaac Chu checks back into the game for the Raiders, replacing Tate Banish. Pauly inbounds to Chu. Chu brings it across half court, pass, handoff back to Chu. Chu sends it out to Stevens. Stevens for three, no good, rebound by Horowitz. Perez throws a pass to Alex Yanko. Alex Yanko going in, going up, and going for the layup. Brookline starting to find those lanes to the hoop by picking up the speed. And they've got a 17-13 lead. Pauly dribbling, gives it over to Chu. Chu over to Harding. Now over to Fay. Fay up top to Stevens. Stevens passes to a cutting Chu, but he cannot collect the pass. And that's going to be a turnover. As we see a rifling pass from Alex, the trainer, back to the official. Perez bringing it up, 4:50 left here in the second. His pass miscommunicates with Horowitz. So after that turnover, now Wellesley looking for the inbound. They get it to Pauly. Pauly dribbling, slips and falls, but recovers his own ball, passes across half court to Chu, who gets fouled by Mazzara. That'll be Mazzara's first, team fifth. Even though the scoreboard says it's Mazzara's third, the personal fouls the scoreboard's kind of screwing up on. Inbound from Pauly to Chu. Chu dribbling in, stepping back, passes to Graber, now over to Stevens. Stevens dribbling with it, driving in, awkward layup, no good, rebound Alex Sayenko. Pass now to Perez. Perez running the floor, still running, and draws a foul against Ben Pauly. As Perez checks out of the game in favor of Mikhail Hayes. Pass to a wide open Zach Solom for three, way off the mark. And the ball is poked loose, but ultimately recovered by Wellesley. As Pauly slips and falls, gets a pass away to Chu. Chu trying to get across half court, just barely does. Spins, kicks it out to Stevens. Stevens for a three, no good. Another rebound by Alex Sayenko. Hayes running the floor, starting to dribble, losing control, falling down, he passes to Solom. Solom kicks it out to an open Mazzara, three! Jaden Mazzara with 6 today off a pair of threes, as Brookline now goes up by 7. Graber with the ball, and a foul is called on Alexienko. Andrew Alexienko, who will now be checking out, has 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block so far here in the first half. You think his impact is being felt? Maybe. Sean Ebanks comes in his place after he's called for that foul. Pauly dribbling with it, steps back, floats a pass to Chu. Chu for an awkward layup, no good. Pauly the offensive board, and a foul called on Brookline. I think that's going to be against Zach Solom. That'll be Solom's first, team's 7th, which means Wellesley is now shooting the bonus for the rest of this first half. So Ben Pally, guess I might have been pronouncing his last name wrong. We've got the alphabet going from the student section as he front rims the first of the 1-1, rebound by Horowitz. Horowitz escapes the trap and passes to Mazzara. Mazzara now gives it over to Hayes. Hayes up top to Horowitz. Horowitz starts to drive in, layup. Taj Horowitz banks it in, 22-13. Chu now running with it. Still running, turns around, pass misses Fay, but he chases it down. Swings it over to Pally. Pally starts driving in, he's got a lane, and he missed it. Rebound is still collected by Fay, and Fay slings a pass for Chu for 3, no good. Oh, but they drew the 3-point foul on Sean Ebanks. Sean Ebanks came in and their legs got tangled up after the shot, so this will be 3 free throws for number 11, Isaac Chu. And now a lovely rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star from the students section. Did you miss this, folks? As that one is off the back rim, no good. I mean, hey, credit where credit's due. They've been doing that for 2 free throws, and Wellesley's missed them both. And they continue to mix it up with Row, Row, Row Your Boat. But Row Your Boat clearly is jinxed because he makes that free throw as a massive substitutions come in for Brookline. Devani Perez and Andrew Alexienko come back in, replacing Horowitz and Solom. It's Old McDonald this time. And clearly that one's also jinxed because Chu makes 2 of 3. Timeout is called by Brookline. 22-15 the score, 2:42 on the clock here in the second period. For Brookline, the scoring has really started to spread out. Alexienko, of course, with 6. Mazzara sharing the team lead with 6. 4 from Zach Solom. 2 each from Horowitz, Hayes, and Perez. In rebounds, Alexienko clearly leading the way with 6. 2 for Horowitz, and 1 each for Solom and Perez. Steals 2 from Alexienko, 1 each from Solom, Hayes, Perez, and Obi Ukamadu, and of course 1 block for Andrew Alexienko. Leading scorer for Wellesley is Isaac Chu with 7. Brady Stevens has 6 of his own. Lewis Fay has 2. And that's the entire scoring for Wellesley. It's not very well spread out. Shout out to my volunteer stats man, Nathan Turetsky, giving me these fun numbers I can give you. Out of the timeout we come. 2:42 on the clock here in the second quarter. Brookline having opened up the scoring a little more. They have already scored 4 more points in this quarter than they did in the first, while holding Wellesley to just 4 points so far this period. Hayes gives it over to Perez. Perez dribbling with it. Still dribbling. Turning around, a nice pass to Alexienko. Oh, what great teamwork between those two. Alexienko was screening out defenders the entire time, and then once they let him go, Perez smartly turned around and just gave it to him for the easy layup. 8 points now for Alexienko. Stevens with the ball on the wing, looking around, sends a pass. Oh, juggled but recovered. Now kicked out to the corner to Fay. Fay, the shot hits the three. 3 on that one for Louis Fay. He's now got 5 on the day off the assist from number 15, Christian Grasso. Perez slings it over to Alexienko. Alexienko runs the baseline. Awkward floater. No good. Own rebound and the putback. That's double figures now for Andrew Alexienko here in the first half, and a 26-18 lead for Brookline. Stevens dribbling around, floats a pass over to Grasso. Grasso back up top to Stevens. Stevens just decides to fire. No good. Another rebound for Alexienko. Gives it over to Perez. Perez almost loses the ball, desperately recovers it, but he's got to get across half court, and he does. Dribbling around, he drives in, kicks it out to Mazzara in the corner, but he juggled it. Pass inside to Perez, over to Alexienko. Turnaround, shot, no good. Own rebound, put back, in. Alexienko getting those putback shots here in the second quarter. He's now got 12. 28-18. Fay driving, still coming in, hits traffic, kicks it out to Chu. Chu spins around, drives in. Shot is good, despite the defense from Alexienko. Oh, quick passing right to Ebanks, and he hits it. Oh my gosh, my camera work can't even keep up with this while running the scoreboard at the same time. That was a patented Devani Perez long bomb for the assist as Brookline goes back up by 10. Stevens dribbling around, throws it down low, and the shot no good from number 34, Jack Beggins, as Alexienko collects yet another rebound. Perez across half court now. 15 seconds left in the half. Dribbling around. He hits traffic, hands it back to Alexienko. Alexienko from 3, no good. Rebound Perez. Perez the putback. Devani Perez with the rebound and bucket. Chu fires a heave, no good. After one half of play, the score, the Brookline Warriors 32, the Wellesley Raiders 20. An impressive second period for Brookline as they flip the script on the Raiders. As we head into the half, I'm happy to give you a word from our sponsors for today. First, for Music Go Round. Music Go Round is the largest retailer of used musical equipment in New England and is the perfect place to go for both buying and selling used gear. Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products, which are all tested and retested to ensure they're in great working condition and sold at a great price. And when you bring in your own equipment to sell or to trade, the store's certified buyers will offer you a fair price. They will explain the basis of the offer and even tell you how much they hope to resell it for, operating on a model of complete transparency. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located at 810 Worcester Street in Natick, or call the store for more information at 508-647-6874. Once again, that's 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call 508-647-6874. And be sure to thank the folks at Music Go Round for sponsoring this broadcast. And now for a word from our second sponsor for today, Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in our area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting. Or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, located at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And now for a nice little shout out for a local charity that's doing some good, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can volunteer with the pantry and help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, if you know of any local businesses or local charities that you think deserve some spotlights here in the game, in the games that I stream, tell them they can reach out to me. My email address is in the description section of this video down below, jgms88@gmail.com. You can also find information about our sponsors and local charities that we shout out down in that description section, information about Music Go Round, Harvest Wealth Management, and the local charity, the Brookline Food Pantry. You can also find the URL of my personal site, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite teams. You can also find a link to my Instagram account, where I typically will post highlights from previous streams. For example, with this game, one of the highlights would certainly be that last-second three-pointer by Jaden Mazzara to end the first quarter. You know, just awesome plays like that are fun to post on social media. So you can follow me at that link. And as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all my upcoming live streams, especially this week. It's a full packed week this week. 8 streams in 7 days. We're only on the second day and only on the third stream, so there's plenty more action coming. I got Brookline hockey tomorrow, Newman School basketball on Thursday, then back here in Schluntz for Brookline's, I believe, their senior night game against Natick this Friday. Then Saturday is more hockey, and then Sunday I'll be covering this Brookline boys basketball team in the Black Coaches Classic against Lawrence. So if you want to be able to easily tune in for all those, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, I encourage participation in the live chat, as we've already had plenty of in this game so far. So I'm going to take a brief water break off the mic, but I will be back shortly for the return to the action for the second half. Stay tuned. I am back on the mic for the start of the second half. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Schlentz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. The score as we get ready to start the third quarter, the Brookline Warriors 32, the Wellesley Raiders 20. If you can believe it, Brookline was actually behind after a low-scoring first period, 11-9, then proceeded to outscore Wellesley 23-9 in the second quarter as they came alive. And nobody's been more alive today than Andrew Alexeyenko. Already a double-double just in the first half, 12 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 2 steals and a block just for good measure. We'll see what other kind of highlight-worthy plays we're going to get here in the second half as we get ready to get this one going. First possession goes to Wellesley. Ben Pally inbounds and almost misses Isaac Chu. He barely keeps it in bounds. We almost start off with an immediate turnover, but instead Chu dribbling with it, goes off the pick, now throws down low, knocked away and stolen by Jack Stanton. Devani Perez now rifles it to Solom, kicks it out to the corner to Alexeyenko, and off the mark on the 3, rebound by Perez. Perez, a putback. Second such putback he has had so far today as Chu now brings up the ball and Brookline holds a 14-point lead. Pass over to Brady Stevens. Stevens steps in, almost walks, but manages to get it out to Pally. Now over to Harding, now over to Chu. Chu starts to dribble in, turns around, smothered, has to kick it out to Lewis Fay. Fay now running the baseline, goes for the shot, no good, gets his own rebound, goes for another shot, again no good. Rebound is being scrummed for and ultimately collected by Alexeyenko. You can already see the effect of the presence of Jack Stanton down low in the post as multiple layup attempts have just gone nowhere. Long 2 from Alexeyenko off the mark. Rebound collected by Fay. Fay a pass to Stevens, now to the corner to Pally, back out to Stevens, now poked away by Perez. Perez running in transition. Oh, he went for the dunk, no good. Rebound is ultimately collected by Andrew Harding. Pass to Brady Stevens. Stevens running floater, no good. Rebound tipped over to Perez. Perez throws to Alexeyenko. Alexeyenko stepping in. Layup, good. This game running so fast that it's everything I can do just to keep up. Pally dribbling in, throws to a cutting Stevens. Layup is good. First points of the quarter for Wellesley. Perez bringing it up for the Warriors. They're up 14 points. Pass over to Hayes. It's punched away from Hayes, so Perez can simply take it in the backcourt and start over. Perez starts to drive in, spins, tries a pass. It's blocked and stolen by Andrew Harding. Passed over to Fay. Fay running in, goes for a shot, hits the layup. Hayes now bringing it up for Brookline. Throws it over to Perez. Perez gives it to a cutting Hayes. Hayes, an awkward layup, and he gets it in. If Hayes is able to get the ball anywhere remotely near the hoop, he can make a layup from just about any angle, as he shows with that play. We've got an off-ball foul called, and I think they're calling it against Hayes. That's his second, Brookline's first of the half, as now Jaden Mazzara comes in replacing Devani Perez. Mazzara's already had a highlight-worthy performance today, just a courtesy of that buzzer beater to end the first quarter. Looking around, inbound, goes to Fay. Fay tries the layup, no good. Rebound ultimately collected by Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling with it, rifles a pass to Solom. Solom goes for the layup. Zach Solom buries it. Brookline's got 40. Isaac Chu bringing it up for the Raiders. Dribbling around a pick, spinning in, pass to Harding, barely collected, goes for the layup and hits it. 40-26, the Brookline lead with 4:50 left in the third quarter. We are flying through this quarter. Not a lot of foul stoppages, but a lot of running up and down the floor. As we've got another off-ball foul. I think this is going to be an illegal pick against Brookline. They're going to call this on Jaden Mazzara. That's his second foul, second team foul. Inbound goes to Chu. Now back to Stevens. Brady Stevens dribbling up top for Wellesley against Zach Solom. Gets a pass away to Tate Banish. Now over to Ben Pally. Now over to Stevens. Stevens trying to dribble towards the corner. Hits a wall, barely keeps control of the ball. Gets a pass away to Pally. Pally trying to weave his way through. Throws a pass down low to Harding, who collects it and hits the reverse layup. Give credit to Wellesley. They're keeping pace despite the double-digit deficit. Hayes across half court. Pass to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, dribbles, pulls up for a mid-range. No good. Rebound collected by Stevens. Stevens across half court. Dribbling around, drives in, goes for a contested shot. No good. Well contested by Solom. Rebound Mazzara. Pass stolen by Pally. Pally almost has it stolen, but recovers. Now has to rifle a long pass to Chu to get it across half court. Chu dribbling. Throws an awkward pass. Banish for three. No good. Off the top backboard, but no call, and instead we got a foul on the loose ball. That was weird. As the foul is called on Solom. His second, team's third. Stanton checks out, replaced by Jake Edwards. I mean, I don't know. I thought whenever it hits the top of the backboard, it's called out of bounds. Long three attempt from Chu is an air ball. Alexienko collects the rebound. Yet another rebound. He's already got the double-double. As Hayes dribbles with it, starts to drive, goes for an awkward lay-in, and gets the rim bounce. You cannot let Mikhail Hayes have a clear path to anywhere near the hoop, because again, he'll hit from any angle when he's on. And he'll go for steals like that as well, as the ball is forced out of bounds. Brookline ball. As Christian Grosso checks in for Wellesley and Taj Horowitz checks in along with Devani Perez as they replace, I believe, Solomon Hayes. Perez driving in, still driving, and I think that's an offensive foul called against Perez. Or no, it's a defensive. Called against Isaac Chu. For a second, I thought it might be offensive against Perez. But it will be Chu's second foul, Wellesley's first of the half. Horowitz looking around, inbound to Mazzara. Mazzara the fadeaway, no good. Rebound collected by Fay. Fay looking around, pass to Chu. Chu running with it, pass to the corner. Corner three is hit by Tate Banish. Brookline's lead now back to 11. Perez passes over to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, passes out to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbles around a pick, fires from three, and hits this one. 45-31, now the lead after the three by Alexienko. As again, these teams wasting no time getting on their offensive chances. Isaac Chu starts dribbling in, stolen away by Perez. Perez in transition, throws it to Horowitz. Horowitz goes up, misses. Rebound is collected by Chu. Chu running with it, sends a pass out to Grosso, to the corner to Banish again. No good this time. Rebound collected by Fay. Fay throws it back to the corner, now back to Grosso. Grosso swings it over to Harding. Harding for three. No good. Another rebound for Alexienko. Poked away from Alexienko, recovered by Horowitz. Now they're diving for the ball, and it's stolen and lost out of bounds. Brookline ball. How on earth do I even describe what just happened? This game is pushing me to the limits of what I'm able to do as a narrator. I think the steal would go, in that case, to Tate Banish, but then a turnover right after it as his throw went off of somebody's foot and out of bounds. Absolutely wild, this one. Andrew Alexienko with a game-high 17 points to go with 13 rebounds. And three players with 6 points each, Zach Solom, Jaden Mazzara, and Devani Perez. Perez with 4 boards and 3 steals on top of it. Mazzara with 2 boards of his own, and Solom with 1 rebound and 1 steal. Mikhail Hayes with 4 points and a steal. And then 2 points apiece for Sean Ebanks, Taj Horowitz, and one basket slightly unaccounted for. We'll work on that. Don't worry about it, folks. As that basket was actually 6 points to Mikhail Hayes, not 4. So 6 points from 4 different players. And an impressive spread of scoring for Brookline. And, you know, I've really got to give credit to the Warriors for the adjustments they made following the first quarter. I mean, in that first quarter, you know, things were moving slow, a lot of half-court basketball, and just a lot of shots not falling. Brookline upped the tempo in the second quarter, and they've been dictating the pace ever since. And the result is what you see on the scoreboard, 45-31. Credit to Wellesley. They've adjusted as well. They've prevented Brookline from turning this into a complete blowout. But right now, Brookline is holding the advantage. Inbound goes to Jake Edwards. Pass up top to Perez. Perez swings it over to Edwards. Edwards fakes, dribbles in, pass to a cutting Horowitz. And we got a foul now called against Wellesley. That's going to be the second foul against number 5, Tate Banish. Second foul of the half for Wellesley, and Taj Horowitz will go to the line to shoot 2. Brady Stevens checks back into the game for Wellesley, replacing Banish, as Horowitz goes to the line for 2. First free throw is good. Horowitz now with 3 points on the day. And another one bounces in. He's now got 4. 47-31. Lewis Fay dribbling with it. Passes to Chu. Now over to Harding. Now over to Christian Grasso, who sends it over to Chu. Chu spins, goes to the hoop, gives to a cutting Harding. Now out to the corner. Again, that quick ball movement, but it almost backfires on him as Grasso juggled it. He does rifle a pass over to Chu. Chu driving in, going for an awkward layup and hitting it. Perez running it fast for Brookline, not giving Wellesley a chance to breathe. Throws to a cutting Alexienko, who runs the baseline. Awkward layup, no good. Rebound by Horowitz. Horowitz throws it up, no good. Rebound to Alexienko. Turns around, tries to pass for Horowitz. Horowitz throws it out, gets it to Mazzara in the corner. My head is spinning. Perez decides to slow it down and hold it up top. Throws it over to Horowitz, now to the corner. Edwards for 3. No good. Rebound by Fay. Lewis Fay now running with it. Gives it over to Chu. Chu for 3. No good. Rebound is poked away and lost, and it'll be Brookline ball. Looked like Horowitz was going to have the rebound, but Grasso interfered, but he knocked it out of bounds, so Brookline gets the ball either way. "13 seconds left in the quarter as Perez passes to Alexienko. Back up top to Perez. Swung over to Mazzara. Mazzara for 3. Way off the mark. Edwards saves it in bounds. And oh my God, was Harding's foot on the line? How on earth did they give that ball back to Brookline? Unbelievable effort by Jake Edwards. 2.6 seconds left in the quarter. Edwards rifles it to Perez. Perez pulls up for 3. No good. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Brookline 47, Wellesley 33. When all is said and done, a very evenly fought third quarter. Brookline came into it with a 12-point lead. Only outscored Wellesley 15-13 in that one. Let's take a look at our stat rundown, courtesy of my man Nathan Turetsky. As I said before, Andrew Alexienko with the double-double, 17 points and 14 rebounds to go along with 2 steals and a block. And then 4 different players with 6 points for Brookline. Zach Solom, Mikhail Hayes, Jaden Mazzara, and Devani Perez. Perez adding 4 rebounds and 3 steals on top of it. Mazzara with 2 rebounds of his own. Mikhail Hayes with 1 steal, and Solom with 1 rebound and 1 steal. Rounding out the scoring, we got 4 points from Taj Horowitz to go with 3 rebounds and 2 points from Sean Ebanks. And then, of course, the non-scorers, Obi Ukamadou's got 1 steal, and Jake Edwards has 1 rebound. Over on the flip side, the leading scorer for Wellesley is still Isaac Chu. He's got 11 points to go with 2 boards. Next up is Brady Stevens with 8 points and 3 rebounds. After that is Lewis Fay, 7 points and 8 rebounds, the second best rebounder on the floor today behind Alexeyenko. After his 7 points, next we have 4 points and 2 rebounds from Andrew Harding, 3 points and 3 boards from Tate Banish, and 3 rebounds from non-scorer Oliver Graber. And so that is our stat outlook through 3 quarters. Again, shout out to Nathan Turetsky for being an awesome volunteer stat keeper. And we got some news from the other game, courtesy of Yuli Burstein. The Brookline girls team up 42-13 at the half. So good news for both basketball teams so far. As we now get ready for the 4th and final quarter of this one. Solom inbounds to Hayes, and here we go, 4th quarter. Hayes pass to Alexeyenko. Alexeyenko throws it down low. It's batted away and will stay with Brookline. Pass was intended for Stanton, just a little off the mark, and Graber knocked it out of bounds. Solom inbound to Perez. Perez dribbles in, running floater, in and out, no good. Rebound collected by Wellesley. And stolen by Stanton, no good, gets his own rebound, or does he? Saved, oh my God, it's still with Stanton, and how did he get that to Alexeyenko? I'm losing my mind on this game. I don't even know. Isaac Chu runs it in, kicks it out to Fay. Fay throws it out to Chu. And now over to Fay. Over to Graber and over to Chu. Now it's, oh my God, the block by Alexeyenko. You could hear that over here. He got his entire palm on that one. I'm starting to lose it. I'm starting to lose it, guys. I'm going to try and keep it together, but this game is driving me silly. Pass out to Grosso, up top to Chu. Now back over to the corner, firing from 3, I believe is Harding. Off the mark, another rebound for Alexeyenko. Hayes running in transition, kicks it over to Stanton. Stanton holding it, gives it to Perez. Perez throws it over to Alexeyenko. Alexeyenko backing down, turning around, fade away, draws a foul, does not hit the shot, and he will go to the line off the foul against Lewis Fay. That's his second, team third. Can we just talk about that bucket a couple possessions ago for a second? Wellesley gets the rebound. Stanton rips it out of their hands, goes for a shot, no good. Collects his own rebound. It's poked loose from him as Alexeyenko hits his first free throw and makes it 50. So the rebound is poked away from Stanton. It's flying out of bounds. Devontae Perez leaps for it, saves it back inbounds to Stanton. Stanton just gets rid of it over to Alexeyenko, who hits free throw number 2, just as he hit that layup at the end of that zany play. I think that's what happened. Did I miss anything? I think I got everything. This game is silly, and I am loving it. 51-33 the score, 6:56 left in the 4th. Brookline leads Wellesley. Chu bringing up the ball for the Raiders, dribbles around a pick, stops, kicks it to Graber. Now out to the corner to an open Lewis Fay, off the mark on the 3. Rebound is tipped and collected by Devontae Perez. Perez throws a Hail Mary pass to Solom. Solom going for the lay-in, no good. No, not an offensive rebound. The rebound is collected by Ben Pally. Pally running with it. Pass to Fay. Fay for the lay-in, and he hits it. And now we've got a foul. I can't look away from this action for a second. Like, I turned my head for a half second so I can update the scoreboard for you guys, and something's always happening. It's absolutely zany. That foul called against Isaac Chu as Hayes brings up the ball, starts to drive in, kicks it to Stanton. Stanton the mid-range, no good. Rebound by Solom. Solom throws a pass. It's deflected out of bounds and will stay with Brookline. So second rebound of the day for Zach Solom. Solom throws it into Perez. Perez can't get a shot off, but off the block, it's recovered by Solom. Pass to Stanton. Stanton holding it up top. Hands off to Solom. Solom dribbles around a block. Long two. No good. Loose ball is, oh my God. Who has it? It's Stanton. Thrown to Alexienko, and he hits the layup. What is happening? The ball is flying everywhere. Oh, what a fun game this one is. Wellesley with the ball. Rifles a pass to Chu. Kicks it out to Graber. Graber dribbles in. Kicks it out to Fay. Fay pump fake. Steps. Three. Hits it. 53-38. A 15-point lead for Brookline as we got a timeout now called. I don't know. I hope you guys are having fun with this game because I'm having a ton of fun. This game is, the plays, the pacing of it, absolutely zany and wild. And again, like I said, this is the pace that Brookline wanted. They realized that in the slow half-court matchup, they weren't getting the looks they needed to get against Wellesley. So they just upped that speed. Just kept going, kept going. And, I mean, hey, when it works, it works. Alexienko has now crossed the 20-point threshold. He has 22 of his team's 52 points to go along with 15 rebounds. Absolutely insane performance by Andrew Alexienko. You think he's happy to be back on the floor for a full 4 quarters? And also, you think maybe he's happy to not be going up against the really tall bigs that Newton North has? I mean, it just goes to show that when they're not going up against like one of the best post teams in the state, they're able to do a lot of great things down low, this Brookline team. Inbound goes to Hayes, now floated over to Perez. Perez brings it across half court. Brookline leads by 15. Perez hands it off to Solom. Solom gives it to Hayes. Hayes spins in, drives in, poked loose. Oh my God, Solom dove for it and held onto it to force the jump ball. The possession arrow goes to Wellesley, which I don't know if that's correct. Brookline doesn't know if it's correct either. But the game goes on. Isaac Chu running with it, kicks it outside. A 3 ball is no good by Stevens. Offensive rebound by Chu. Chu is fouled. Now off the foul called against Brookline. Scoreboard not showing who. It'll be an inbound now for Wellesley. Okay, the foul was called against Perez. That's his first, team's 4th. Pally inbounds, and it's blocked right back at him, and it will stay with Wellesley off the deflection from Zach Weissman, seeing the floor for the first time. Pally looking around, floats one outside to Fay. Fay starts driving in, and a hard collision is going to be a foul against Zach Solom. Fay was going one way, and then he stopped right as Solom went for the ball. That'll be, I think, 3rd foul on Solom, team 5th, as he now checks out, along with Jack Stanton, as Taj Horowitz and Andrew Alexienko return to the floor. Fay inbounds to Andrew Harding, now out to Stevens, swung over to Chu. Chu turning around, pass to Harding. Harding takes it to the hoop for 2. Wellesley now has 40. Brookline again with the quick ball movement. Horowitz cannot keep it. Horowitz was 1 foot over the half-court line. He had to get rid of it before he fell into the back court, and he just launched it over everyone's heads and out of bounds. Chu dribbling with it. Dribbling around. Gives it over to Stevens, and now over to Fay, over to Chu. Chu over to Stevens. Stevens running the baseline. Pass deflected by Alexienko, and that's going to force the turnover, as it landed right in Stevens' chest as his foot was coming down on the line. Mazzara checks in, replacing Weissman. Inbound to Alexienko, and Alexienko's pass way off the mark. Game's not over yet, fellas. Brookline does lead by 13 with just over 4 minutes left, but the game is not over. Chu throws to a cutting Pally. Pally stops, kicks it out to Stevens. Stevens runs in, floater, hits it. The lead's down to 11. Wellesley not giving it up so far, as the inbound to Alexienko is given to Perez. Perez gives it over to Horowitz. Horowitz across half court, pass to Mazzara. Now back over to Horowitz. Horowitz slings it over to Perez. Down low to Alexienko. Alexienko almost has it poked loose, but that's going to be a reach foul on Pally. Inbound goes to Mazzara, who launches it all the way outside to Mikhail Hayes. Hayes dribbling up top. Coming around. Floats one over to Perez. Perez dives in, kicks it out to Hayes, and we've got a foul call against Wellesley. The foul was, I didn't quite hear who it was on, but it's Wellesley's 6th, as they now send the ball up top to Hayes. Hayes tries a pass, stolen by Harding, but thrown right back to Hayes. Horowitz throws it up for Alexienko, fakes, goes for the lay-in, and hits it. Another 2-ball for Alexienko, as Chu now running with it, throws it outside. Pally tries to throw it for Harding. It's deflected and lost out of bounds, and they're going to say last off of Hayes' foot, and it will stay with the Raiders. Or no, they're going to say last touch by Wellesley. This is Brookline ball, as Solom checks in, replacing Hayes. Inbound to Solom, back to Horowitz. Horowitz gives it back to Perez. Perez brings it across half court, starts to drive, throws a pass to Alexienko, goes up, another bucket, and the foul. Alexienko. I mean, we know what a flashy player he can be, but you gotta love that throughout this game, he's really just taking a lot of easy layups. He's taking what the situation gives him and getting as many points as he can, and he has plenty as he gets 3 the old-fashioned way. And Pally brings it across half court. Pally gets trapped, and it's stolen by Perez. Thrown to Horowitz. Horowitz throws it off the backboard. Oh! Oh my gosh! There goes the hoop! Andrew Alexienko buries the alley-oop off of the assist from Horowitz. I can't even talk anymore. Almost another steal by Perez. Oh my gosh. He's a sophomore chancer going, because can you believe that that mammoth of a young man is a sophomore after a play like that? Some great double teaming defense from Taj Horowitz and Devani Perez, as you can see the crowd showing their love for their sophomore superstar. After the steal was eventually collected by Devani Perez, he got the pass ahead to Horowitz. Horowitz ran the floor. He was pretty well covered, and he threw it off the backboard And now they're checking to see if the hoop's broken. Coach Courtney Valentine wants them to check and make sure whether or not the hoop is broken. I mean, Alexienko did throw that one down with, I think, just a little extra oomph. Oh my gosh. Alexienko talking with Alex, the trainer, and they're looking at the beams, and Alexienko's like, "Oh, did I really do that? Did I break it? Please tell me I didn't break it." This game is bonkers, and I'm here for it. I hope you guys are here for it too, because I'm here for it. With that thunderous alley-oop, Andrew Alexienko now has 29 points today. He is a free throw away from dropping a 30-burger on him in high school. Man, this is fun. 2:21 left on the clock. I think they decided the hoop is okay. Alexienko didn't kill it. Don't worry. Everybody's fine. We're all fine here. Thank you. How are you? And it's, poked loose again. Grosso barely recovers it. Brookline not even letting up. Long pass goes to Banish. Banish kicks it out to Stevens. Stevens starts dribbling. Throws it. Deflected and stolen by Solom. Solom with the steal, and he runs the floor. Kicks it over to Mazzara. Mazzara thinks about unloading from downtown, but decides against it. Mazzara dribbling with it. Slings a pass over to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbling around. And decides to kick it out to Solom. Solom from the corner. No good. Another rebound for Alexienko. He turns around, throws a pass to Mazzara, to the corner to Perez. Perez fakes, steps in. Jumper, hits it. Brookline now up 20 with a minute and a half left to play. Grosso throws that pass to Harding. Over to Fay. Fay with the shot, hits it. Well contested, but a nice shot by Lewis Fay. He's been having a good day for Wellesley, but not good enough. As Mazzara holds the ball, a timeout is called, and that basically took away 3 from Jaden Mazzara. 62-44 the score, a minute and 8 seconds left in this one. 29 points and 16 rebounds, 3 steals and 2 blocks for Andrew Alexienko in a very full day. Devani Perez with a pretty loaded stat sheet of his own. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals. Zach Solom with 6 points, 3 boards, and 2 steals. He's gotten them here and there. Jaden Mazzara with 6 points and 2 boards. Mikhail Hayes with 6 points and a steal. Taj Horowitz with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and we know at least 1 assist on that alley. And 2 points for Sean Ebanks, along with 1 rebound for Obi Ukamadu and 1 rebound for Jake Edwards. Man, this has been a fun game. And I give credit to my man Nathan Turetsky for keeping up with a very fast-paced, very ball all over the place kind of game to get me the best stats possible. And just properly, just be able to put a little bit more of a number on the impressive performances we're seeing here today. Inbound from Obi Ukamadu over to Mikhail Hayes. Hayes dribbling with it, throws it to the corner to Ukamadu. Ukamadu throws it over to Hayes, and Hayes draws a foul from Stevens. And this is now the bonus, so Brookline will be shooting the 1-and-1, so we could be in for a long last minute of this game as Mikhail Hayes takes a trip to the line. First one of the 1-and-1 is good. Hayes now with 7 points on the day. Second free throw is good. Hayes, 2 for 2. Grosso throws it over, and now into the corner it goes. 3 is no good. Rebound by Faye. Faye goes for another shot. No good. Rebound this time by Ukamadu. Pass to Hayes, and Hayes draws another foul. Hayes going right back to the line for another 1-and-1. And he's been a very reliable free throw shooter so far. Lewis Faye now gets a double-double for the day with his 10th rebound on the offensive side. 14 and 10 for Lewis Faye. You can hear the student section getting loud and proud here. Free throw from Hayes is in. Now 65-44 as we got a substitution. Not checking in. I think they're going to wait until maybe Hayes hits the next one, and off the mark. Rebound again by Faye as he adds to his double-double. Faye dribbling into the corner, almost travels but gets the pass to Grosso. Now to the corner to Stevens. Stevens runs in, throws it out to Grosso. Grosso fires from 3, no good. Rebound by nobody. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Checking in for Brookline is number 22 from the JV roster, Christopher Solis. And Solis immediately gets the ball and immediately gets swarmed on the press, and Tate Banish buries the lay-in, 65-46. Ball now with Sean Ebanks as he dribbles around, tries to get a pass to Solis. Solis gives it out to Jake Edwards. Edwards dribbling around, trying to escape the double team. As he gets swarmed, ball's ripped away, stolen by Banish, passed to Faye. Faye goes for the shot, no good, and a rebound by Edwards is the last stat recorded for today. Brookline returns to Schluntz to play in front of a crowd, and they gave their crowd a show. 65-46, the final score as Brookline gets back into their winning ways with this one, led by an otherworldly effort from Andrew Alexienko. Rounding out our stats, courtesy of my good assistant, Nathan Turetsky. Andrew Alexienko leading the way, 29 points, 16 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Mikhail Hayes with 9 points with some nice free throw shooting at the end to go along with 1 steal. Devani Perez, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals, a team high on that mark. Next up, Zach Solom with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Jaden Mazzara with 6 points and 2 rebounds, and probably what would have been the shot of the game with that buzzer-beating first quarter if Andrew Alexienko didn't almost literally bring the house down. 4 points from Taj Horowitz going along with 3 rebounds. Sean Ebanks rounds up the scoring with 2 points. Obiu Kamadou finishes with 1 rebound and 1 steal. And Jake Edwards finishes with 2 rebounds. On the Wellesley side, leading scorer was Lewis Faye with 14 points and 11 rebounds. So he collects a double-double as well. Isaac Chu with 11 points and 2 boards. Brady Stevens, 10 points, 3 boards. Andrew Harding, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Tate Banish, 5 points, 3 rebounds. And Oliver Graber had 3 rebounds but no points. Again, special thanks to my volunteer assistant extraordinaire, Nathan Turetsky. And thanks to all of you for tuning in today. This has been a fun one, and I hope you've had as much fun watching as I have broadcasting it. As I wrap things up here at Schluntz Gym, remember, you can look in the description section of this video to find out more about our paying sponsors for today, Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management. The local charity we spotlighted at halftime, the Brookline Food Pantry, a good cause that can always use more support. You can also find the URL for my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission them. Or you can contact me directly at my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, also in the description. And you can also follow me on Instagram. Link to my account is in the description as well, where you will see highlights posted from previous games I have streamed. We definitely know of a couple I can use from this absolutely zany game. And as always, if you enjoyed the broadcast, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, because we got plenty going on this week, including 2 more with this same boys basketball team on Friday and Sunday. So stay tuned for those. So for the last time from Schlunt's Gym in Brookline, Massachusetts, final score, Brookline 65, Wellesley 46. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night. That's going up on my Instagram tomorrow for sure. Oh yeah, no, you guys will definitely be able to steal it. Don't worry.